It's October. The air is crisp, the leaves are orange, and the lattes are pumpkin spiced. Everything is perfect until night falls. The full moon rises, and in the distance you hear it, the horrible howling of the creatures of the night. What mucus they make? Music. Music they make. Which brings us to tonight's video, my picks for the top 10 art of Midnight Hunt. So gather your silver bullets, grab your pitchforks, and let's go to the most horrifying plane in the multiverse, Innistrad. Number 10. Spellroom Painter / Spellroom Howler Showcase Version by Michael Walsh. Michael Walsh is a horror fan, and it shows. In fact, the human on the front side of this double-sided human werewolf may even be creepier than her bestial form, although the slaughtered cow and the burning carriage are a nice touch of horror for those who look closely. And judging by the collection of skulls underneath her floorboards, this woman is dangerous no matter what form she takes, and it makes one question if she's using red paint or something that looks like red paint for her spells. Number 9. Rotten Reunion by Aaron Miller. Gallows humor is a rare occurrence on Innistrad art, especially coming off the grim and often downright depressing Eldritch Moonblock, so it's nice to see a little goofiness in the place of terror and despair. And Aaron Miller's send-off of Grant Wood's American Gothic is everything it needed to be. Number 8. Olivia's Midnight Ambush by Chris Rallis. It's rare to see key vampire characters mid-attack in Magic. I can't think of any others off the top of my head, and that's what makes this piece so noteworthy. The angle sets us immediately with a sense of being off balance, as though we've fallen beneath the helpless Catilda as she's held in a vice-like grip of the very menacing Olivia Voldaren as she appears to tower over everything, while horrified and helpless Ongors watch as she goes in for the kill. This is a great shot, and one that establishes Olivia Voldaren as a full-fledged villainess. Number 7. Sacred Fire by Svetlin Velinov. This artwork you take note of even before you played with the card yourself. It reminds me of those great 1980s horror films, most specifically Fright Night, where creatures of the night are eradicated in the most creative pyrotechnics available for the FX teams at that time. And it's also a nice moment of triumph for the humans. Eldrazi's, vampires, zombies. Humans are long overdue for some wins. Number 6. Tapping at the Window by Niels Hamm. This piece evokes that memory that we've all had as children, when we were in bed during a storm and the wind caused the trees to tap, tap, tap on the window as we cowered under the blankets in fear. Luckily for us, it always ended up being nothing to fear. The people of Innistrad, sadly, are not so lucky. Number 5. Death Bonnet Sprout, Death Bonnet Hulk by Philip Berberon. You ever see that movie Gremlins? A cute, fuzzy Mogwai is given as a gift to a teenager who accidentally violates the rules of caring for a Mogwai. No sunlight, don't get them wet, and don't feed them after midnight. Those last two rules cause the Mogwais to multiply and then cocoon themselves to hatch into nasty, violent, and malicious green creatures known as gremlins. In short, Death Bonnet Sprout is the Mogwai, and Death Bonnet Hulk is the gremlin. Only this time I'm pretty sure sunlight will only make things worse. Number 4. Pithing Needle by Ovidio Cartagena. For those of you who don't know, a pithing needle is a technique used to immobilize or kill an animal by inserting a needle or metal rod into its brain. It's considered humane on Earth, but on Innistrad, judging by the horrific plying of undead flesh and the stupefied look on the zombie's face, with the flavor text that says, "Occasionally a scab remembers too much of its former life. Luckily, there's an easy cure." Pithing may be humane in some cases, but it's clearly not the case on Innistrad. Number 3. Wake to Slaughter by Chris Cold. The artwork here is surrealistic and otherworldly in its horror, and it stands out immediately because of it. It's like it's some sort of strange planet where above-ground coffins are graves. And can we discuss how sick that Emmerkulian moon is? Literally. That does not look like a healthy moon. And the overall effect is terrifying. Number 2. Mountain by Muhammad Firdaus. Never has Innistrad been captured with such a beautiful and foreboding sense of dread in this land art. The treacherous mountain pathway that looks all but abandoned is covered in ice, while in the distance the last rays of the sun's protection are quickly disappearing under the horizon, leaving those eerie slices of light that have not been explained in the lore yet, but would likely have something to do with Emrakul. It's a masterclass of suspense. Whoever is at this place this time, well, what more can I say but they're f***ed. Number 1. Bloodline Culling by Liga Schmuskon. I apologize in advance if I butchered that name, I'm sure I did. Sorry. But this piece has it all. It has classical composition mixed with seamless camp. It's also letting us know what kind of creature Olivia Voldaren is. She is With no uncertain terms, mad as a hatter and despicably evil. Look at the crazed expression on her face, that joy in the gleaming vampire rictus as she defaces the paintings of the dead relatives of a recently turned against their will vampire. Olivia is shaping up to be one of the nastiest villains in recent Magic history. She commits atrocities and acts of violence with absolute glee, and with the upcoming Markov wedding, she's only going to get more powerful and more dangerous. The more we get to know Olivia, the more we love to hate her. And there you have it, friends and fiends. Now, I would like to know what were some of your favorite art pieces. Please post them in the comments below. But for now, Bye-bye!